Hey everybody, this is Dustin with DustinBoles.com, Dustin Boles Ministries. Hey, one of the things that we want to do with this and with these teachings is, man, I want to get you into this book. And I'm not one to brainwash and say, man, this is it, shove it down your throat and knock you over the head with it, anything like that. But I do think part of the key to coming into a relationship with God, I think the key to being psychologically, emotionally, intellectually healthy is by grappling with this book. It's very difficult. It's not simplistic. It's difficult, just like life is, but it's worth a read. Now, over the years, I've gotten some interesting texts, and it kind of reminds me of the Bible. Sometimes you read the Bible and you're like, was that written to me or to somebody else? Because it doesn't seem to be talking to me. So let me share a couple of texts with you that I got that I wondered if it was for me or for somebody else. Several years ago when I was pastoring a church here locally, I got a text one afternoon. It was from a church member, a male church member, and it said, hey, meet you in the bedroom in 5 minutes. And I thought, dude, I knew this guy liked me, but I was like, dude, it ain't like that, bro. What am I doing here? And come to find out later on, he sent me a text again and said, sorry, that text was meant for his wife. And I was kind of disappointed. Now, but he sent that, and I was like, man, when I read that text, I was like, that cannot be for me. This is my work cell phone right here. I'm one of those guys that has 2 cell phones now. This came back in January. I got a message at 11:13 p.m. saying, what up? And then in the next one, it says, it's Donna. And I'm like, what up? It's Donna. Who is Donna, and why does she want to know what up? Well, I didn't respond. I should have, because I could have had some fun with that. But later on that evening, at almost 2 in the morning, it says, Tater, you up? I was like, first of all, who is Tater, and what's going on with this? And I don't know why I didn't reply and play along. You only get a gift like that once in a lifetime. But you get these messages, and you just wonder, that's obviously not for me. And when you read the Bible, I think people you can read it sometimes and say, man, that's not for me. This is for people that have it all together. This is for church people. This is for people that don't have struggles with their faith and don't question things or whatever the case might be. But let me just encourage you, man, the Bible it was written to people 2,000 years ago to 3,000 years ago into specific contexts that have a place in history and a place in geography. The way I always say it is the Bible was written on the map and on the calendar. There's no once upon a time land far, far away in the Bible. It's always on the map and on the calendar. So the Bible was written to real people, and the truth of the matter is the Bible was written to you too. Some of the things that are in the Bible, let me just give you some of the variety. There's history in the Bible. 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, 1st and 2nd Samuel, all the 1st and 2nds. That's history. There's philosophy in there. Read the book of Ecclesiastes. I mean, you talk about some dark philosophy. I'll tell you what, man, make sure that you're surrounded by friends and family and encouragement while you're reading the book of Ecclesiastes. There's sex and romance in the Bible in the book of Song of Solomon. It's not even PG-13. Let's say almost NC-17. I mean, it's there. It's in the Bible. There's murder. There's mystery. There's all this. There's war going on. There's all kinds of stuff. There's poetry. You can read the book of Psalms. There's poetry. If you're into that. Also the book of Proverbs. If you like short memes, if you're a meme person that's like, boom, I need a quick statement that hits me. The book of Proverbs is memes. It's just not mean, M-E-A-N, but meme, M-E-M-E. So there's memes in there. There's all kinds of things. But I'll say this. The Bible's written to the rich and the poor, people of all kinds of races, people that have blown it, people that are on the top of the mountain. It's written to you. But the best thing about the Bible, I'll say this, the best kind of literature that's in the Bible is called gospel. And that word is thrown around a lot, and the gospel truth, that's the gospel truth. And I'd always hear that, and I'd hear gospel music. I'm like, what is that? Gospel is simply just an old school way of saying good news. Gospel literally means good news. So in the Bible, the best kind of literature is all this other stuff, poetry and all that, leads us to the gospel, which is this. Hey man, I'm a sinner. I've blown it. My relationship with God was broken by my sin, but here's the good news. But Jesus, instead of sitting in heaven saying, hey dude, here's a book full of rules or something, figure out how to get to me. No man, the gospel is that God came down. On Christmas, he was born in a manger, human, 100% God, 100% human, and 100% after you and me. And the Bible tells me about it. That's what's in this Bible that's written to you and me, that Jesus came and lived the perfect life I couldn't live. He died, he was crucified, and when he was crucified on that cross, somehow he was paying for all of my sins and yours. Mind-blowing. He was paying the penalty. He was like, Dustin, get out of that electric chair. Let me get into it for you. He paid the price. And once he died, he rose again on the third day to prove that he defeated death and everything else. And now the good news is he simply offers, hey, Dustin, if you want a relationship with me, just trust me. Believe that I died and rose again. Put your faith in me, and we got it, man. And I'm like, well, what kind of stuff do I have to do? How many hoops do I have to jump through? How much do I have to give in the offering? None. I got it covered. Got it all covered. So this book, listen, it's written to every person who's ever sinned, and that's every person. Let me encourage you. I know you've gotten some weird texts, and you're always like, who dis, man, new phone, and all that, just like my graphic says. But with the Bible, even though there might be parts of it that like, wow, what's going on here? It's written to you. It's written for you. And not only does it tell us about God's perfect demands on us, his law, but it also tells us about his perfect grace and forgiveness. So the gospel is in that book. It's the only place to find the good news. So I encourage you, pick up the Bible, man, think about it, grab your science book in one hand, your Bible in the other, and fight it out, man. It's worth it. And I can tell you this, I've never come across anything in the Bible that needed to be edited. And I've read it cover to cover, and I've read it critically, not wanting to believe it, but it has withstood all my criticism. And I think it will yours as well. So let me encourage you, be a Bible person. Speaking of that, on my website, dustinboles.com, there's a section called resources. I've got some Bible study resources on there that I think will be helpful to you. So again, man, I'm not a brainwasher, like, here's this book, get into it. I just encourage you to read it, man, and grapple. And I think that in it, you're going to find God's grace. And that's real good news. So, hey, have a great day. Hope you're already having a good day. And I hope something of this has encouraged you to open the Bible again, maybe look at it again for the first time since you were a kid. So check out DustinBoles.com, and I hope to see you again soon. God bless you. Have a great day.